Welcome everyone, it's that time of the week again, the Spireites Quiz. Hope you're having a good week, no doubt made so much better by that result last night. A victory at Aldershot Town. Were you watching the live stream? Well, mentioning the live stream just reminds me to tell you that our summariser on this Saturday's live stream, of course at home to Weymouth, will be Drew Talbot, a very popular summariser on his debut. So we've invited him back and he's thankfully accepted the invitation. So Drew will be with us on Saturday on the gantry providing expert analysis. So do make sure you get your live stream, only £10. And also, while we're talking about Saturday, don't forget your pre-match food available from the Technique Stadium. The pie, choice of meat and potato or cheese and onion. All the details are on the website, how you go about arranging that. But getting some great feedback about the food, the match day food, and also other specials that are being put on. And we announced earlier today about the Easter Sunday lunch. So the details shown on screen there. Again, all the details on the website, but the details there: $16.95 for 2 courses, $4.95 to add on a third course, and a surcharge for lamb of £4.50. All the details there, and you can book up until 5 p.m. on Friday, April the 2nd. So great work from Tat and all the team in the conference and banqueting department to provide the food from the Technique Stadium during lockdown. So a lot of people ordering food and then watching the live stream after they've enjoyed that. So great to be able to provide some connection with the Spireites, even though it's of course no substitute for having fans inside the stadium. At least we can provide some entertainment and some food as well to go with it. So tonight's quiz, 91126 is the pin code shown on the screen there, and don't forget to press the virtual finger or even the finger at the top of the virtual keypad. I'll put in an early thanks to Phil Tooley, once again providing some great questions for tonight's quiz, all about players who've made 100 or more appearances for the Spireites. Many legendary figures will be included. Also 1 or 2 names of people who we met online earlier this week. Those of you who joined us for the Spireites Legends reunion, we had Steve Williams, Dave Caldwell, Chris Marples, Tony Bryan, a Q&A to raise money for the Spireites Football for Life team, and great night was had by all. About an hour and a half we were online. Some great anecdotes from the guys. So great of them to join us for that. And also to say about another online event. This is a short video to show you how to log in to play our interactive online quiz. It's recommended that 2 devices are used. Let's come out of that one. Did think I had an image up for that, but clearly not. And I will just tell you about that. That's tomorrow night. That is a fundraiser for the Academy, and it's a football keypad quiz, so same format as this. Against the clock, multiple choice, using your virtual keypad again, but this time it's via Zoom. Costs just £5 to take part. But that will allow you to have up to 4 people playing in the same household. And there are 20 questions, same as tonight. And we'll have first, second and third prizes, including a pair of tickets for the first match back, when we are allowed to invite spectators back to the Technique Stadium. Also, we've got a signed shirt It's one of the prizes as well. So well worth taking part. Just £5. General football. So if your football knowledge is decent, then I would urge you to take part, and it is to raise money for the Chesterfield FC Junior Academy. It would be great to see as many people as possible taking part. I think we've got around 30 who'd signed up for that. That was yesterday. I've not checked today, so should be a decent turnout. It'll be on Zoom, but this time you'll have less time to answer. Tonight we have 40 seconds per question. And for those of you who've not played before, just to remind you that it is against the clock, so 40 seconds, multiple choice. So the key is to answer as quickly as possible, so you gain as many points as possible if you get the question right. Just as I say that, we're up to the half-century mark for tonight's quiz. That's great to see. Give people time to sign in, but good to see 50 people already, or over 50 now, signed up to play. Only 3 minutes past 8. Give people a few minutes to sign in. So yeah, it is against the clock. You make your selection. You'll see the points going down as the clock ticks down. And once you have made your selection, there's no turning back. Your answer is final. You can press your keypad as many times as you want, but your answer is locked in, so you won't be able to change it. Do answer as quickly as possible, because that can make all the difference. So 91126 is the pin code for tonight's quiz. And don't forget to press the finger at the top of your virtual keypad. I know Phil looking after things on the YouTube chat section, so if you want to get involved in there, I know there's always quite a few messages in there. Try not to look at that, because it can distract me when I'm trying to get everything working with the quiz, but we'll see if I can take a quick look. Might actually appear on screen if I do that. Let's take a look. Let me see if there's much in the way. Yep, looks to be quite a few messages on there. So Phil putting the details there. The Ton Up theme for tonight, all about Spireites with 100 or more appearances for the club. And a reminder that Brockwell Spireite was the winner last week. Held off Westbar Spireite, a multiple winner. And Kevin Wag, who is usually there or thereabouts. So it looks like Westbar Spireite is with us. He's commenting on the live chat, so no doubt be keen to get another win under his belt. Another one who's commenting on there as well, Adam, who's been a good competitor lately. Getting some help, I understand, to improve his standing in the keypad quizzes. So 91126 as shown on the screen there is the pin code for tonight's Spireites quiz. Don't forget to press the finger at the top of your virtual keypad. So I make it 6 minutes past. So I think we will get underway in just a minute as we get up to 58. I think 58 was around the figure we had last week. So it'd be good if we can just beat that. 91126. Do make sure you've pressed the finger at the top of your virtual keypad, and we're now up to 59. It will actually show on your phone or your tablet, whatever you're using as a keypad. It will show that you are registered. It'll also give you a sound effect and a tick or a cross tell you whether you've got the question right or wrong as we go up to the 60 mark now. And what I would say, in order to keep the quizzes going, because I'm sure I speak for Phil as well, is that we'll continue with the quizzes as long as people want them, but would be good if people could try and recruit some other players as well. So if you know any friends or family that you'd think would like to play the quizzes, then by all means send them our way. It'd be good to keep these sort of numbers up so we can keep the interest going and keep the quizzes going as well. So we're up to 60, so I'll make it now that it's around 8 minutes past, so I think we'll get underway. Just one final call then for anybody joining us at the last minute, 91126, and then press the finger at the top of your virtual keypad. So let's get underway then. With tonight's quiz, always a relief when I see that screen come up. Everything, fingers crossed, working as it should do. So let's take a look then, see who's with us. Clean sheets, clean pillowcases, got to keep guessing. Freezing all the time, Vladimir. Dave Mid, Bucko, welcome back to Bucko. Been an absentee of late. I thought he'd fallen out with us, but he's back. Kevin Wag as well. Emma P, good to see you. I know you've won a few times on the Wheel of Fortune, which we'll have again. The top 20 at the halfway stage. We'll go into that Wheel of Fortune. We'll have another signed program from this season for the winner of that. The Cots, Veiled Madness, Shakhtar, Pilsley. So Pilsley franchise as at Shakhtar tonight. And we see there, yep, West Bar's Spireite. And close last week, looking to go one better. Dunk Fletch, Wag Riley's, Edgers. All familiar names. Ben Smith as well, Moss CFC. Brockwell Spirites. Yeah, Brockwell Spirites, the winner last week. And Brockwell Spirites 2, I believe that's in the same household. We've got up to 66 by the looks of it here. So just make sure that you are registered properly, that you can see that on your virtual keypad, that you are registered to play in tonight's quiz. So good luck, everyone. Remember, need to answer as quickly as possible to get as many points as possible on the board. We'll get underway with question 1. How many league goals did Kevin Davis score for Chesterfield in his 113 starts plus 15 sub appearances? 22, 32, 42 or 52? So the number of league goals scored by Kevin Davis for the Spireites in his 113 starts plus 15 sub appearances, 22, 32, 42 or 52? And less than half the time remains. Just Travelman and JJ to answer. Or is that Triple J? Yep, Triple J. The only one yet to answer. 65 have answered, and the answer is 22. So how many people put 22? 16 getting that right. Let's take a look then at the early leader. South Normost Spirite, then Reggie for POTY. And Shazza, the top 3. Westbar Spirite just outside the top 3. Then Ben Foster and Bucko with Shakhtar Pilsley there as well. On to question 2. How many players with more than 100 Football League appearances for Chesterfield have appeared for the club in the National League? Is it 0, 1, 2 or 3? The number of players who've made more than 100 Football League appearances for the Spirites. How many have appeared for the club in the National League? 0, 1, 2 or 3? Less than half the time now remains. Quickly get your answer in. A few people yet to answer. JJJ, one of them. Lads on Tory. Yeah, JJJ is yet to answer. May have some connection issues there. And the answer is 2. Drew Talbot and Scott Bowden. So just while I think about that, JJJ, just make sure that your stream on your YouTube, that it's right to the end, because if you're lagging behind, you'll lose some precious seconds. Just make sure that you drag that stream, the red bar, right to the end. So 2, yep, as we say, Drew Talbot and Scott Bowden. Let's take a look. And only 20 getting that right. 27 going for 1. 3, true or false, every outfield player in Chesterfield's all-time top 50 appearance makers has scored at least 1 goal for the team in the Football League. Is that true or false? Every outfield player in Chesterfield's all-time 50 appearance makers has scored at least 1 goal for the team in the Football League. Is that true or is that false? Less than half the time now remains. Lads on Torre and JJJ. JJJ once again appears unable to answer. So 65 actively taking part, which is great to see. The answer is false. 49th place, Alf Saxby. 186 appearances in the 1920s, didn't score. So false is the answer, B. And 44 getting that right. How many Scottish-born players are in the Spireites top 20 all-time appearance list? 0, 1, 2 or 3? The number of Scottish-born players in the top 20 all-time appearance list, is it 0, 1, 2 or 3? And 60 have answered so far. 5 yet to answer. We're going to the last 10 seconds. JJJ once again. Yet to answer. Clearly some issue with connection, I think. And the answer is 1. Derek Niven, who's 18th with 297 games. So let's take a look. We'll put B. 21 getting that right, but also 21 going for 3 and 19 for 2. So fairly spread the answers there. We'll look at the leaderboard after question 5, which is coming up. Only 2 players have made exactly 100 league appearances for the club, Danny Wilson and Dave Caldwell. Which one of these things do they have in common? They both had playing spells in Belgium. Both have won the Anglo-Scottish Cup. Both players made their Spireites debut against Darlington, or both were born in the same year, 1960. So quite a bit to digest there, but basically it's what do Danny Wilson and Dave Caldwell have in common? Did they play in Belgium? Did they both win the Anglo-Scottish Cup? Did they make the Spireites debut against Darlington, or were they both born in the same year, 1960? Only a handful left, just 2 now to answer. Lads on Torre, JJJ, who I think we can discount. The last one, JJJ. Lads on Torre, they're going to get an answer in before the time is up. Yes, they do. Just both were born in the same year, 1960. So D and 36 getting that right. So let's take a look then at the leaderboard after 5. The Cots at the top. Decent lead 2 over Sarah CFC. Then Reggie for POTY, who's been there from the start. And Ben Foster and going up. That's the top 5. Just outside the top 5, Singing the Blues, PK, Dr. Blue, Westbar Spireites and Kalo Spireites. So going to see Brockwell Spireites. We've got Brockwell Spireites 2. But the reigning champion in 32nd place, only 53 points, but long way to go yet. Plenty of ground can be made up. On to question 6. Look at the photos. Which of these former Spireites keepers made most league appearances for Chesterfield? Look at the photos. Tell us A, B, C or D. So look at the photo. tell us whether it's A, B, C or D as to which of these former Spireites keepers made the most league appearances for Chesterfield. Can you name them all? "15 seconds left. Into the last 10 seconds now. And the answer is B. Phil Tingey with 181. Mick Leonard just 5 behind, 176. Billy Mercer 149. Carl Muggleton 134. So B is what we're looking for. And yeah, the most popular answer with 21, but others gaining plenty of votes too. On to question 7. Which one of these players has not made 100 or more league appearances for the club? Salmons, Bloomer, Bacon or Tart? So a food theme there. One of those hasn't made 100 or more league appearances for the club, either Salmons, Bloomer, Bacon or Tart. "20 seconds remains. And everybody bar JJJ has answered. I think we can safely assume that JJJ won't be actively taking part. And the answer is C. Bacon. Birdhome-born Arthur Bacon made 30 appearances for the club in the 1920s and 1930s. Who knows, may well be a relative. My mum's family, Bacon, from Chesterfield. Who knows? Not heard of Arthur Bacon, but I'll have to do some digging in the family tree and let's see if I'm related to Arthur Bacon. So C is what we're looking for. 35 getting that right. So well done to you if you got that one right. On to question 8. Ernie Moss has appeared for Chesterfield more times than any other striker, but who's next in the list of forwards appearances? Kevin Randall, Andy Morris, David Reeves or Brian Freer? So next in the list of forwards appearances behind Ernie, either Kevin Randall, Andy Morris, David Reeves or Brian Freer. "20 seconds remains. And just a handful yet to answer, including Spireites Police. And has now answered, so 65 are in. The answer is Brian Freer. 281 appearances, 86 goals. Andy Morris 266 with 55. Randall 258, 96. And David Reeves 239 and 58. So let's take a look. How many people put D? Well, the third most popular answer with 16. So that could have changed things. 22 apiece for Kevin Randall and Andy Morris. Question 9. Which of these current players has a surname namesake who made 382 league appearances for the Spireites? Look at the photos and tell us A, B, C or D. So a namesake from one of those players who made 382 league appearances for the Spireites. A, B, C or D. Less than half the time remains. Lads on tour 8, yet to answer. Running out of time. And the answer is A. Jerry Clark. George Smith, 250. J. Arthur Taylor, 126. No Evans has made 100 appearances. So, of course, we have there in the photo, we have Jack Clark, who's made a good start to his Spireites career. So A is what we're looking for. 18 get that right. 22 going for B. So well done to 18 of you who got that right. Nearly at the halfway stage. So on to question 10. How many letters of the alphabet are there that don't appear as the first letter in the surname of a Spireite centurion? Is it 4, 5, 6 or 7? We're looking for letters of the alphabet that don't appear as the first letter in the surname. Somebody who's made 100 or more appearances for these Spireites. 4, 5, 6 or 7? Less than half the time remains. Number of people yet to answer, including the dart and the lift at Casa, although now answered there. Seconds ticking down. And the answer is 7. IQUVXYZ. Very inventive question. I do like questions like that. I know, having put together a lot of quizzes myself and continuing to do that, always good to come up with different takes on questions. So, great question. Let's look at then, see who's got D. Oh, only 9 getting that right. So 26 going for 5, 22 for 6, 7 for 4. So let's take a look then. The halfway stage, who's at the top of the leaderboard? Reggie for POTY. 4 points ahead of the Cots. Then Singing the Blues. PK in 4th. Clean Sheets, Clean Pillowcases. Brockwell Spireites 2. Kevin Wag. Mojo, Shakhtar Pilsley. EFL, Here We Come. That's the top 10. So Reggie for POTY, the halfway leader. And I think we've got a Wheel of Fortune coming up next. We indeed do. So the top 20, you'll see your name on the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to spin that wheel. And then we're going to give away a signed program. So good luck, everyone. Spin the wheel. Totally at random, it's going to pick somebody out. Starting to slow down now. Where is it going to land? And you see your name, and it lands on... Just goes back to Joan. So well done, Joan. If you take a photo or a screenshot of your virtual keypad and then email that to media@chesterfield-fc.co.uk, you'll find that on the website. If you've not managed to make a note of that, I'll repeat it at the end as well if I remember. So well done to Joan, who wins a signed program on our Wheel of Fortune. On with the quiz. Which of these anagrams has made most appearances for the club? Tom Harebells, Talk Mortal, Turn Heels, or Label Panther? So anagrams of players, but who's made most appearances for the club? Tom Harebells, Talk Mortal, Turn Heels, or Label Panther? Again, another highly inventive question, which I think is fantastic. Half the time has gone. A few people yet to answer as we go into the last 10 seconds, including Bucko, Lindave 1, and everybody who can answer has. And it's A. Albert Holmes is Tom Harebells, 470 appearances. Albert Phelan was Label Panther with 390. Mark Allett, Talk Mortal, 346. And Les Hunter, Turn Heels at 295. So A is the answer. And the second most popular answer, with 19 getting that right. Let's take a look then at question 12. So 3 of these top 5 appearance makers appeared for the club in 3 different decades. Which one of them played in only 2 different decades? Look at the photos and tell us A, B, C or D. So the only one of those to appear for the Spireites in 2 different decades rather than 3 different decades, which is what the other 3 did. So is it A, B, C or D in this photo question? Less than half the time remains. 5 people yet to answer, although you can discount JJJ. Lads on Torre, Lindave 1, Clean Sheets, Clean Pillowcases. Time is running out. Quickly get your answer in. And the answer is C. Ron Powell, 1950s and 60s. Dave Blakey, Jamie Hewitt, and Ernie Moss played in 3 decades. So C is what we're looking for. 22 getting that right. Well done to you. On to 13. Which of these places has made most appearances for the club? Is it Leicester, Burton, Hamilton, or Barlow? So, we're looking at surnames that sound like places. Is it Leicester, Burton, Hamilton, or Barlow who's made most appearances for the club? Less than half the time remains. Cooperman, yet to answer. We approach the last 10 seconds. Can Cooperman get an answer in time? Yep, they can. And the answer is Burton. Ken Burton, 237. Jack Lester, 197. Duke Hamilton, 192. Frank Barlow, 141. So B is the answer. Only 17 getting that right. 24 going for Leicester, 20 for Barlow. On to question 14. 3 of these surnames have just 2 Spireites Centurions, but which name has just 1? Marples, Lee, Smith, or Brown? So, with those surnames, 3 of them have 2 called that, who've made at least 100 appearances. Just 1 of those has 1 100 plus appearance maker in there. Less than half the time remains. Odds on Toure, yet to answer as we're going to the last 10 seconds. 64 people have answered. 65 now, and the answer is Smith. Just George. Chris and Emerson Marples, Tommy and Jack Lee, and Jim and Harry Brown. So C is the answer. And only 12 getting that right. 25 going for Marples, 18 for Lee, and 10 for Brown. So once again, very evenly spread there. And we're approaching question 15. We'll take a look at the leaderboard after this one. So which of these Spireites debuted first? Is it A, B, C, or D? Just look at the photo, tell us A, B, C, or D for the first debutant amongst those. So you recognise all 4 of them. But who appeared first for the Spireites? A, B, C, or D? Less than half the time remains. Still a few people yet to answer as we go into the last 10 seconds. M&S, Newbold, Spireite, the Dart. All need to get an answer in. And the answer is D. Mark Jules, 893. Then a month later, Kevin Davis, Nicky Law in October 93. And then Tony Lormer, December 94. So D is the answer. 23 getting that right. Let's take a look then at the leaderboard. It was Reggie for POTY at the halfway stage. That was after question 10. Is Reggie still at the top? No, it's Singing the Blues, who takes over with a 5-point lead over PK. Reggie for POTY dropping down to 3rd. Clean Sheets, Clean Pillowcases in 4th. Then it's Ben Foster, Shazza, The Cots, Brockwell Spireites 2, Shakhtar Pilsley, and Kevin Wagg. That's the top 10. Question 16. 3 of these top 30 appearance makers appeared in more league games for other clubs combined than they did for Chesterfield. Their CFC tally is noted, but which one of them had their majority of appearances for the Spireites? Ian Breckin, David Reeves, Tom Curtis, or Kevin Randall? The numbers show how many appearances they made for Chesterfield, but what we're looking for is the one whose majority of appearances came for the club. So either Ian Breckin, David Reeves, Tom Curtis or Kevin Randall. So it's the one whose majority of appearances were with the Spireites. So we go into the last 10 seconds. Everybody who can answer has done so. And the answer is Tom Curtis. So C. And most popular answer there, 26. Question 17. Which decade saw 3 of Chesterfield's top 10 appearance makers debut? 1940s, 1950s, 1960s or 1970s? So, we're looking for the decade that saw the 3 of Chesterfield's top 10 appearance makers make their debut. 40s, 50s, 60s or 70s? As we reach the halfway stage in this question. And we're into now the last 10 seconds. A few yet to answer. PK, M&S. In fact, they've now answered. So everybody in who can answer. And the answer is 1960s. Holmes, Moss and Phelan. 40s just Blakey. 50s Sears and Powell. 70s Kowalski and O'Neill. The other two Wass 20s and Hewitt 80s. So C, 1960s is the answer. And the most popular one, 25 getting that right. We're coming into the closing stages of tonight's quiz. On to question 18. True or false, none of the top 20 Spireites appearance makers have ever permanently managed in the Football League. Is that true or is that false? So none of the top 20 Spireites appearance makers have ever permanently managed in the Football League. Is that a true statement or is it false? So 50-50 shot at getting this right. Few yet to answer. M&S. Speedy's there as well. Lads on Chure. Now answered M&S then to go into the last 10 seconds. Everybody has answered who can do. 65 of you putting an answer in. And the answer is true. 24th place, Kevin Randall, the highest placed league manager. So look how close that is. 33 getting that right as opposed to 32 getting that wrong. So as we do, we'll take a look at the leaderboard just before the final 2 questions of the evening. Reggie for POTY goes back to the top. PK just 8 points behind, and then it's Shakhtar Pilsley. So keen competition there. Singing the Blues is desperately trying to break into that top 3. Just 4 points off now after leading at one stage. Brockwell Spireites 2, then Shazza, the backheaders, Clean Sheets, Clean Pillowcases, Kevin Wag and Ben Foster. So can Reggie for POTY hold on to claim victory in the face of some stern competition? So 19, whose testimonial match attracted 7,331 fans to Saltergate for a 2-1 win over Nottingham Forest in July 96? Lee Rogers, Andy Morris, Sean O'Neill or Ernie Moss? A testimonial match which attracted over 7,000 fans for a game against Forest at Saltergate, July 96. Lee Rogers, Andy Morris, Sean O'Neill or Ernie Moss? Just a couple yet to answer. Phil picking his nose. And then lads on Chure. Last 10 seconds. Get your answers in quickly as you can. Just lads on Chure has now answered. So everybody in. And the answer is Lee Rogers. How many people put Lee Rogers, most popular answer. People remember that one, 29. So as we go into our final question, can Reggie for POTY hold on for what I will believe will be a first victory? I know that they won on the Wheel of Fortune the other week. Let's take a look at the final question of the night. So what was the gap between Jamie Hewitt's penultimate and final league game for Chesterfield? 20 days, 24 weeks, 20 months, 24 hours. So the gap between Jamie's penultimate and final league game for Chesterfield, either 20 days, 24 weeks, 20 months, or 24 hours. Less than half the time remains. Into the last 10 seconds, just a handful of people yet to answer, including PK, who's competing for the crown tonight. And the answer is 20 months. So, played against Bournemouth in April 2000, but injury meant he didn't appear again until Christmas 2001 against Notts County. So C is the answer. And only 16 getting that right. 27 going for 24 weeks. So let's take a look then at the final leaderboard. And we start... Well, we go straight to there with PK 337 claiming victory. Shakhtar Pilsley in second place, singing the blues. Reggie for POTY. So commiserations to Reggie for POTY. I think it might be a first victory for PK. Not sure, but this is what we should have shown for the suspense. We see there, singing the blues, Shakhtar Pilsley and PK. So well done to PK. Let's take a look. As we see there, Reggie for POTY just outside the top three. Shazza, the Backheaders, Kevin Wagg, Ben Foster, Brockwell Spireites 2, Westbar Spireite 10th. Clean Sheets, Clean Pillowcases was in contention at one stage just outside the top 10. Mojo, Bobby Dennis, Moss CFC going up, Newton Spireites, Roy's CFC, the Cots, gotta keep guessing. It will keep scrolling down, can you see yourself there? And keep going further down. And heading towards the bottom of the table, Spireites Police, a winner recently, but not doing so well tonight. Bell Madness, a former winner, and 53rd, the Wag Rileys, regular competitor Zoe's uncle as well. Further down we go. Yeah, we can count out JJJ, and I think might be connection issues for a couple of them at the bottom that were slow in answering the Dart and Lads on Ture. So well done once again to PK. In fact, won on the Wheel of Fortune the other week and collected a signed program, the only one known to be in existence, of Adi Youssef. Claiming victory tonight and go into the draw for one of those prints of either Saltergate or the Technique Stadium. I'll just give that a show there. Papilios Creative, creating those superb colour prints. Before we go, a reminder about Sunday's fun family quiz, 5 o'clock here on our YouTube channel. And also don't forget, Saturday, for the pre-match meal, the pie with sides. All the details are on the website about how you order that. And also we have the Easter Sunday lunch coming up, April the 4th. Again, all the details on the website. If you do order, make sure you mention that you've seen it on the quiz. It'd be good for the guys to know that it does work, that we plug things on here. I know Maddie has told me about some orders that she's taken from people who've been alerted to the meals on offer when they played the quizzes. But yeah, if you can give us a mention, good feedback to know that it does work.
This is a short video.
Tomorrow night as well, we have our quiz, football quiz, a general football quiz, and that's in aid of the Chesterfield FC Junior Academy. That's on Zoom. There is a cost of just £5, but up to 4 people from your household can play then, and there are 3 prizes. Might even throw in a 4th if we have a Wheel of Fortune, but certainly the top 3 will win prizes, including the fact that we have a pair of tickets for the first match back for spectators, so you'll be guaranteed a pair of tickets for that one. So please do join us for that. Again, all the details are on the club website and social media channels. Thanks once again to Phil Tooley for providing some excellent questions tonight, as he always does. Really appreciate that, Phil, your help and support with it, and hope you've enjoyed it. And please do join us tomorrow night on Zoom if you can, even if just a bit of fun. £5, an online booking, and it is going to the Chesterfield FC Academy, so it is helping to hopefully develop players of the future with the guys at Neil Cluxton and staff there with the academy. But if you can't, if you can join us on Sunday 5 o'clock, or of course we'll be back next week here on the Spireites Quiz, same time, 8 o'clock Wednesday night. And final congratulations to PK, and well done also to Shakhtar Pilsley and Singing the Blues. Thanks very much for your company tonight. Great to see over 60 people taking part. Please do spread the word, tell people to get involved. Would be good to keep those numbers up for as long as possible. So until the next time, take care and look after yourself.